Hey, cousins. Hope you enjoying the blitz. Put your coat on. It's gonna be a blizzard, a blitzard. But psh. Listen, this guy is testing his motors and shit in the parking lot next to me, and I know you hear it. It's super loud, fucking ridiculous. And I don't wish harm on no one, but yeah, hit something and blow up. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, that's what you hear in the background. You know, I live in the city, and that's what's going on. How do you fuck up Andrade Cianomas? Andrade El Idolo? How do you fuck him up? How do you fuck this man up? Let me say a couple things before somebody jump in the comments. He didn't speak English. He don't gotta fucking speak English. He speaks Spanish. And when he speaks Spanish, he sounds sexy as fuck. Is Latin Spanish not the sexy language? Ain't that what y'all said? Or was that French? No, it's Spanish. Coming from a sexy man? Yes. We can speculate that he got stuffed to the back because of Mother Bone. But I'm not going to do that. People get divorced every day, B. I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to say Mother Bone had a hand in him not getting too far in his second run in WWE. I ain't going to do that. But something got to give. And you know what's fucked up? WWE now owns AAA. That was the happiest I seen Andrade. When they did their first Worlds Collide, when they just got bought from AAA, Andrade looked so happy and comfortable at home with the people, his family, his brethren, whatever, Mexico doing his stuff, thizzle, what he know. He looked comfortable as fuck. He was in a tag team with Ray Phoenix. Now I see why Ray Phoenix showed up. And the first thing you do is give him a United States Championship shot. You low down motherfuckers. Ooh, that's some low down shit. You see this man wanting to get in the field, and you do that while he sit. I'd have left too. That's some bullshit. Now that you think about it, that's some undercut shit. That's some undercut shit. And then you jobbed Ray Phoenix to Animal. Man, listen. Anyway, listen. We can speculate. When Andrade was in NXT, he came in character wise. You know, you had Dusty down there getting them all together. Paul Levesque. I want to say this because a lot of people are rewriting history as usual when it comes to NXT Black and Gold. A majority of that shit was boring as fuck. And I'm not just saying it because I'm not a Paul Levesque fan, but I watched the shit. It was boring as fuck. The way he books right now is the way he booked on an hour show that was taped. That's really the only difference. And Vince McMahon ain't give a fuck what he was doing down there. A lot of times, them folks came up to the main roster and fucking got fucked over because he only focused on a select group of people to hone their skills and push them forward. Okay? His children, as I call them. His NXT kids that we're suffering through right now. But Andrade got a push. The best thing about Black and Gold was NXT takeovers. And we can talk about that. NXT takeovers were the best thing. Same way here. He does minimal throughout the TV shows. When it's time to do a pay-per-view, he's going to give you pops, dops, shops, and locks. Meanwhile, is much left to be desired on TV. Anyway, word on the street, they said, he said, fuck it. Let me get my stuff and leave. That's what he said. He said, let me get my things. I don't give a fuck. Y'all do what y'all want. Y'all not about to hold me into nothing. The other issue, CMLL is another Mexican-based, Latin promotion for wrestling. They hooked up with AEW. I don't know if he left AEW on a good note. They claim there was a lot of tension and a lot of backstage stuff going on because he, too, did not get used properly. MJF said recently, in the light of all of this, he said, "Ayo, Andrade, El Idolo, I'm going to be in Mexico beating the ever-loving shit out of Mystico for CMLL official in front of all your broke-ass countrymen. Let me know if you want to grab a Marge before I hop on my jet to Toronto to whoop Mark Briscoe's hillbilly ass. I don't know if he can get back over to AEW. MJF got a lot of pull over there. Do you think Andrade is going to show up back in AEW and try to figure things out? I mean, he could go mix it up in Ring of Honor. Mark Briscoe, he down there in Ring of Honor. A lot of good wrestling going on in Ring of Honor. Unfortunately, no one sees it. You can see it on YouTube. A lot of good wrestling going on in Ring of Honor. Maybe that's where he could go. But the main Mexican situations are wrapped up in two places that he has worn out his welcome. He did 2 tenures in WWE. He only did 1 tenure in AEW. Maybe second time around. I mean, the pickings is slim. That's why you don't want a monopoly. Because what happens is you leave and people are just like, oh, I ain't fucking with him. Oh, I own that. He definitely ain't fucking with them. What he gonna do? Be playing around in the independents? Listen, y'all can sit here and joke about Impact, TNA. But the girls over there is doing their thing. The guys over there went back over there and found success and made it do what it do. Maybe that is something he can do. Get you some character work, figure out what you want to do, get your reps in, and show WWE, especially WWE, what the fuck they didn't do right. I'm going to tell you why they could not. WWE or AEW could not get it right when Andrade see the Amas. I'm going to tell you why. Come here, let me tell you. There's no diversity in the writer's room. You got old, bald-headed white men trying to write for a hot, sexy Latino man. Y'all don't understand the culture. And I don't think anybody sat down and gave Andrade any direction. Let me tell you something, what I learned in leadership, because I'm in a lightweight leadership role. Let me tell you what I learned. First of all, you got to have it. There's an old saying from a Maybelline commercial. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Everybody ain't born with it. Everybody can't be a leader. Those that can be a leader, the leaders literally set the tone for what the company becomes. If the company falls apart, you look to the head of the snake. If the snake ain't no good, you cut that motherfucker off and you start over. Employers who have employees, you have to give them people direction. What I learned working with these children who are extremely high risk and some adults who are just complete idiots, mostly their parents, they look to me for leadership. I'm going to tell you what to do. And that's it. I want you to come back. Let's have the debate. Let's collaborative problem solve. Let's figure things out. I want to know you. If this, as Paul Levesque claims, is a movie, and you're going to liken pro wrestling to Rocky, which we're going to talk about, then understand Rocky, for an example, has how many Rockies are there before you understand this man's motivation 100%? We'll just say 5 before we hit the creed, right? Started off as a bum in Philly, went through all the motions, then died 3-4 times, came back to life, lost his best friend and everything. Simple formula. Tell me your motivation. Tell me, what is El Idolo? Explain to me what Cien Alma says. I guarantee you that's what Dusty Rhodes did, because the shit worked in NXT. Tell me what this means. Tranquilo, what does that mean? I'm here on peace. I'm here to get things going. Y'all took Zelina Vega from him. Cinema. Put your hands up and make a cinema like Martin Scorsese. Cinema, picture it. Zelina Vega just lost the U.S. title. Wig split, backwards, bone dry. She in the back pacing. What am I going to do? Oh my God, I can't believe this, She looks up and she says, because Zelina could act her ass off. And the camera pans nice and easy. and it's Andrade CM Almas. Let me tell you the pop that you gonna fucking get. You looking for a pop? Stand Andrade in front of Zelina Vega. Everybody gonna be like, oh shit. They hug, embrace. Oh, I missed you, brother. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do. I keep losing the U.S. title. You lost your best of 7 series, or it ended all fucked up. What we gonna do, brother? He says something in Spanish, puts his arm around Zelina. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. Come, let's talk. And go. And there you got is the beginning of a reunification that should never have been broken up, of a mouthpiece in Zelina Vega, hot, sexy, tiny Zelina, and she is working it out with big, sexy Andrade Cien Almas. And get that man on the trajectory to win. We like that. Back in the day, the WWE United States Championship meant you was next in line for whatever belt was before that. The IC Championship meant you was next in line for whatever top belt was before that. Now, the shit don't mean nothing. One thing under Paul Levesque, he done took all of the meaning out of these titles. They don't mean shit. Half the time, the people don't even want them. They don't even want the titles no more. Don't nobody wrestle, nobody fight. And you got this man in the back. Let me tell you something. I remember, y'all go back in time with me, when Andrade was wrestling Rey Mysterio. And the audience, they was, oh. And then everybody start perking up because they got into like a monkey flip. And then they start rocking back and forth. Andrade then sprung Rey Mysterio in the air, and they did a Canadian Destroyer. When I tell you that fucking crowd got on their feet, and what happened after that? We saw Andrade versus Rey Mysterio at least 5 more fucking times. Vince McMahon saw it, although he didn't do much with Andrade either, because he took Zelina Vega away from Andrade really quickly, and that's where the spiral began. But y'all done wasted this man's motherfucking time and told him to come back second time around. Why? I don't fucking know. When you had nothing for him. Now, Andrade's not off the hook because, sir, you're going to have to do some soul searching and figure out what it is you want to do. You don't want to stay in Mexico. I get it. You want to be international, and you got it. Go to Europe. Mix it up over there with whatever's left in the European scene of they're independent. Go to Japan. Everybody goes to Japan and hones their skills and really get in real stiff, hardcore hits. A lot of y'all like that. The feeling of being alive because you feel pain and you get to really ground and pound somebody. I think TNA is your next bet. I do. I don't think Andrade should go back to AEW. Not right now. I think he should go to TNA and really take the time to figure out who and what Andrade El Idolo is and who you want him to present, and stick to it. You gotta stick to your character. You gotta stick to your guns. And he did. He literally did what Naomi and what Mercedes Moné did. Only difference is he wasn't in the middle of, no title run or whatever. Them two said, fuck all this. He just said, fuck it. I'm not doing it. You're not going to waste my time. He is 35 years old. And believe it or not, say what you want, he is in his prime. And he cannot sit around and waste fucking time. AEW wasted his time when he wanted to leave. Came over to WWE and they wasted his time again. It's got to be disheartening. Let's read this article real quick because Sports Illustrated, they said that they got more information. So let's see what information they got. Anyway, according to them, sources indicated that Andrade was effectively released by the company and that the departure was not mutual. He had not been backstage at TV tapings for nearly a month, and multiple talent were being told Sunday afternoon that he had been let go. Saturday, that he had been let go. Don't nobody know if he requested his release like he did back in 2021. It's also noted that the release was not related to budget cuts because y'all know they be cutting folks and all that. This was something that happened, I'm saying maybe organically, and it just is what the fuck it is. He has now moved to the alumni section down to the WWE roster situation on the main page. Quick history. NXT 2015 to 2018. He was champion, beating Johnny Dickface in NXT TakeOver, Philly. One thing I'm going to tell y'all, and we could debate, those NXT takeovers literally is what people remember for Black and Gold. A lot of them are fucking confused when they tell you, "Oh man, it was so good. It was the takeovers." He would go on to win the United States Championship during that time, but departed the company in 2021 after requesting his release. He then jumped ship to AEW, where he had a rocky tenure due to backstage tensions and injuries. His AEW contract expired at the end of 2023, and he came on back over to WWE in 2024 at the Royal Rumble. Andrade didn't get much traction on camera during his second tenure, winning the Speed Championship before having the Best of 7 series with Carmelo Hayes. That is what he is known for. Then he was teamed up with Rey Fenix. They was down in AAA mixing it up. And the last thing that happened was them in a tag match at SummerSlam. Word on the street, they said Rey Fenix and him was going to be in a program with the YA6. So what we see the Street Profits doing with the YA6, or lack thereof, that was going to be Rey Fenix and Andrade. That's what they said were on the street. So I don't even know. That Best of 7 series, literally, in my opinion, I think I said this a few times, was going to be make or break for him if he couldn't get a hold of it. And I'm going to be honest with you, that Best of 7 series and the way Carmelo and him got it started and the way they was mixing it up, the reason why that shit failed was directly because of Paul Levesque. He fucked that series up so bad, it's worth having a conversation about. You took Andrade, fucked him over, and put a dookie chain on Carmelo Hayes, child. And he's been in this vortex with the Miz ever since. It's ridiculous. How do you fuck this up? When I tell you, give the men to the ladies, this is what I mean. They claim that 40% of WWE audience is women. I don't believe that, but we'll roll with it. We women like pro wrestling, whether you men like it or not. We women love sexy wrestlers. Okay? The way Drew McIntyre was lifting them goddamn lateral raises, the way he was lifting that up, I guarantee you, the ladies was like, "Oh, Drew McIntyre. Can we watch more of that? Fuck a match. Just let's watch him lift weights for about 5-10 minutes. They could have just did that. Fuck that match. We could have watched Randy Orton do some leg lifts for about 5 minutes and then grease up them thighs. That could have been the main event. Anyway, give them to the ladies. Always give them to the ladies. Give him hot, sexy Latino man. Give him to Zelina Vega. Let him whoop ass. Give him the IC title. Let Zelina do the talking. And when he talk, it's in Spanish, like they were doing. And let the ladies swoon. Put them in a nice suit. Put Zelina, let her do her fashions. She would have to cut out all that cosplay shit, though. And he would, I'm telling you, been successful just letting these Latin people be Latin people. I ain't saying lean into no damn stereotypes, but the people are sexy. Let's just see the people sexy. Let the black people be the black people. Let the Polynesians be the Polynesians. You let the Irish people be the Irish. You let the Scottish people be the Scottish. What the fuck is so difficult? Let people celebrate their ethnicity. Why is that so hard? Where the fuck is Los Garzas? Where the fuck is sexy ass Santos Escobar? Where are these people at? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You wasted this man's time. It's a failure of creative. And it's time people put their boot or whatever your shoe of choice on Paul Levesque's neck. Ain't no way that this man should be gone. And yes, we're going to talk about it and we're going to move on. What the fuck are we supposed to do? Only difference is I'm going to follow him. I'm going to keep up with Andrade. Just like I do with all the people that's gone. Jakara Jackson, she over there hooked up with the Hardy Boys. Andrade, go over to TNA. Show both of these companies they ain't shit. Matter of fact, old boy is up in Toronto. I can't believe I just coughed into this mic like that. I am so sorry. Old boy is up in Toronto. Go up there and get up in Canada. It's places to go. It's things to do. Excuse me for coughing. I was trying to pause it and it didn't work out, so my bad on that. My throat is dry. I think I got the demon dry throat god of Dave Meltzer all in through my shit. So I'm gonna leave it right here. Y'all get in the comments and tell me what you think. I'm going to continue to keep my Nike Air Max on Paul Leviscade's nose. I don't give a fuck. You done fucked this man up, and it don't even make no goddamn sense. You had money right there. You had money. You're looking for fucking money, and you got money. And I guarantee you, he ain't going to be the last person to walk out on this company abruptly again. Get in the comments.